Lip syncing with Animate CC. First, I'm going to talk about auto lip sync, which is the newer feature. I think it was introduced 2019. Also, I will talk a little bit about Frame Picker, which would have had a former name escaping me right now. But before we get to that, I'm going to use a little bit of my stock audio that I do have on my PC, and I have drawn this fellow here that we are going to work with. I have not turned him into a symbol, and in order to do that, I can either select him here by selecting the layer that he is in, and I double clicked on there to enter a new name and enter to select and say that is the name I want. Now that I have this layer selected, I can either select it or select somewhere else if I want to deselect it. I can also hold control, and I am in the select tool as long as I am holding control and I have that selected. I have the brush selected otherwise. Now that that is selected, no matter what tool I have, I can hit F8 and turn this into a symbol. I want to make sure that I'm turning it into a graphic symbol. Movie clip will work for most situations, but we can get into that in another tutorial. You know what I mean? Let's keep with the lip sync. Now, let's take a quick detour. I want to go over here and get the free transform tool, and I'm going to put the pivot point down here. That's not really important for this tutorial, but it's something that you might want to know for later, because the neck will pivot, or the head will pivot where the neck is, and that's an easy thing to forget for unrelated animation purposes. But let's take this detour in our properties menu. I'm using my own workspace, by the way, which is why everything is different. You may be using the Animator or Classics. Those are ones that I would stick to with. But, okay, in the Properties menu, I click this Lip Sync button, and you'll see this menu here that has 12 squares, each one with a sound associated with them, and that is the lip sound that we want to associate with each one of these when we get to the lip syncing. But you can open that menu on any symbol, so keep that in mind if you want to create something else that's sound activated for some reason. I don't know, get creative with it. I love using tools for something that they're not necessarily for that purpose. Anyways, I'm going to hold control and double click on this symbol, just anywhere on the symbol, as long as it's in or on the symbol. It will go right into it, and now it says, you can see where you're at right here. I went into scene and I'm in symbol 1, and now that this layer is here as editable art, not an object. I'm going to lock his face and create a new layer up here. This is what that button is, and I got one frame of each sitting right here. Now if I select the brush, I can also hit B as the shortcut, and I'm gonna just draw his mouth, and we're done. No, I'm joking. Okay, now his mouth is selected. I got F8 for new symbol, and let's just call it mouth. That's simple enough. I'm going to hold control and scroll up on the scroll wheel to zoom in. I'm going to hold control again and double click on his mouth. Now that the mouth is selected, I'm going to hit F7, create a new blank frame, and we should enable onion skin. If you can remember Alt-Shift-O, that's a good one for a shortcut. Okay, do I have my brush? I do, and I wrote down the mouth sounds ahead of time. Look at me. Alright, now I'm not going to enable the what's it called, sensitivity to the pen, because I think I want a consistent looking pen. It already looks a little bit warped anyways with Animate CC, so I'm starting with A, now I'm going on to D, I don't know exactly what the D sounds like. What brush am I using? Something you want to check ahead of time, huh? You know what? That's a pretty sweet brush. I like it. D. E. E is the same thing, huh? Even worse. I love that. You know what? Good enough. F. I always do F weird. Um, so like this. I don't know. Sure. It should be flipped around, actually. It looks terrible. I don't know. Sure. We don't fill those in with white. Maybe it'll look like his teeth. I guess. I don't know. FL. If you already know what's up with this step, I'm sure you know you could skip this at any point. Or if you want to skip ahead and see what it looks like later. I'm not going to edit this video is what I'm getting at. FLM. Oops. These lines are so specific. Are R and then S. Very similar to R, but like smaller, I guess, or more condensed. And you'll notice, at least the way I'm drawing it right now, the top of the mouth, the top of the mouth is generally in the same spot, and you'll notice that when you talk, that's how you talk. You don't really talk with the top of your head flopping around. Is the next sound. I say a lot, speaking of that. Something I want to work on here. Then woo. I don't know. That's what my woo is gonna look like. You can draw a better woo, make it happen. For this tutorial, that's what the woo is gonna look like. I'm gonna use the comma and period. I can't think of what the brackets are. They're not brackets. They're something else. Greater and less than symbols. Well, turn that onion skin off. Gee willikers, Batman. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sometimes I attempt a joke, and boy. So sometimes it's gonna look like he does not have teeth, and the other time he's gonna have giant teeth. Just for you. Just for this tutorial. Oh my god. Miss much? Yeah. I'm just assuming that I'm filling in these white gaps. They're very white, so I guess we'll find out later. Or we won't, because I don't really plan on using his mouth on anything in particular. Alright. Now that the mouth is done, I am going to create a frame somewhere down here, create a new layer, and let's add the audio in because it is ready for that. And in order to do that, I'm selected the layer that I want to put the audio on, and I'm dragging and dropping the audio right in the middle. Boom. Oh, and that's unexpected, but that's okay. I'm just gonna, I'm honestly gonna just grab it and pull it down here. And now there's audio. I want to make sure in the properties that I am set to stream, and I am. Perfect. Now, it's not exactly automatic just yet. First of all, the properties menu, you'll see that it's set to loop. You want to change that to single frame. If you were going the alternative frame by frame method, you could be using the frame picker here. I'll talk about that here in a second, but for this one, auto lip sync, we're just going to hit this button in the properties menu called lip syncing. And quite literally, we're just going to select each one. I didn't label them, but I wrote down each sound ahead of time, and I did them in order. Now, all I got to do is select them in order. It sounds self-explanatory until you're animating and you're like, I'll save time right now by just not labeling stuff or doing it in order. But then you realize, oh no, that's not saving time whatsoever. Now,
I can't wait to see you.
I can't.
I can't wait to see you.
So that's auto lip syncing, and that's how that works. Okay. I'm going to go down here. Clear frame, clear keyframes. Yeah. Clear keyframes. Oh my god. Delete. Oh, that's what I have to do. That's annoying. But I'll do it anyways. Just for you. Right now. Bang. Okay. And I think to get rid of the lip sync, we go on her. Well, it's selected. Lip sync. I don't know. I guess maybe you can't get rid of it. I don't know. I can do this. Create a new layer. Drop the mouth right there. Delete the old one. Boom, baby. Alright, now to get the frame picker, you could grab it from right here. And it's already in my little area, but it would normally pop up just like this. And I just drag and drop it right inside. And then we'll really on it in there. There we go. I'm very particular. Okay, so with the frame picker open, what it's showing you is all of the frames that are inside of this symbol. And what frame picker will do is it will change the keyframe according to the image that you pick from your symbol. So if I pick this frame, well, first of all, let's go to properties, and with the mouth selected, go to single frame to make sure that it stays a closed mouth until we want it open. So right here when he's saying, we can go,
I can't.
Make sure you have it selected. That's really key. So
wait to see you.
All right.
I can't wait to see you.
And you can see that immediately that even just the couple minutes that we spent just here, however long I just took to do that, it looks
I
a little
can't
bit
wait to see
cleaner
you.
and smoother than what the auto lip sync does. Auto lip sync looks very auto lip sync, so use it on what you need to or clean it up, whatever you need to do with it to make it look the way you want it, or control the quality depending on the project that you're working on. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So that was a full length tutorial of rigging a mouth in Animate CC using the auto lip sync and or using the frame picker for animating the lip sync animation. This has been Eric Pauly at Erply.com. Check out more on the Erply YouTube channel, and I'll see you on the next one.